Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about some of the basic principles of deductive method and inductive method and what will be the distinction between these two reasonings. Initially, deductive method is a method which moves from a general perception to a specific perception or idea, or to be specific, generalization to specific examples. It is a type of reasoning which draws upon a theoretical framework to explain a specific phenomena, that is, it proceeds from general to particular. It is also based upon some principles like it is actually from abstract to concrete ideas. It is from general to a particular theory, and then it is actually based on some formulas and methods to a particular example. It is actually the generalization process through which we can proceed through a particular or a specific example. It is also from unknown to known conception. It is a top-down approach. From top to down, we can proceed the explanations. Here the students are given some formulas, rules, laws and principles to follow. For an example, in case of the statistics, we have the correlation, and in correlation we are actually using the Carl Pearson's method. So in the classroom we are going to explain the correlation method and calculate the correlation of the two variables, independent and dependent, on the basis of the formula given by the Carl Pearson. So it's already there, and on the basis of that principles we are going to explain the relationship between the variables. It has some merits and demerits. One of the merits of deductive method is it is a very time-saving method. Another merit is it is suitable for all topics, mostly used at higher levels, and the speed and efficiency can be enhanced of the learners by this method, and it is also a method of verification. And in case of the demerits, it is not based for the psychological method. It is rather a repetitive method or the memory based learning method. Here the students are mostly passive learners, and no originality or the creativity in most of the times we found here. And lastly, it does not give any new knowledge, and because it is based on some theorem or the principles. Now in case of the inductive method, it is a method which actually moves from specific example to generalization, just opposite to the deductive method. Sir Francis Bacon, we actually see here, one of the proponents of this kind of method, and it is a type of reasoning which attempts to explain the phenomena of drawing on empirical testing rather than theoretical evidences. That is, it proceeds from particular to general. Alike the deductive method, it has also some kind of principles, like it is actually from concrete to abstract, from particular or specific ideas to a general conception. It is also based on the direct experiencing as well. The examples to formulate of the formulas, rules and methods will be there also. And it is, as I said earlier, that it's actually moved from generalization after the certain observation. And unlike the deductive method, it actually from known to unknown, because it actually generalizes, it actually creates a new things. And it is a bottom-up approach. Since from bottom to up, it is actually proceeds, and it promotes diversion and activities also. It has also some merits and demerits. One of the merits is it's a scientific method. It's based on actual observation and scientific explanations. It is suitable for the beginners, and it also provides some new knowledges. It is a method of discovery. It is mostly used in primary level studies, and lastly, it is logically most of the time true. The demerits are it is not suitable for all topics. It is time consuming method as well, and in case of the inductive method, it is not for all the students of all the categories, and it is also a laborious method as well, because it requires some kind of methods and explanations and all these things and background to explain the things, to give a particular abstract or the general perception. And logically it is true, but may or may not be it is realistically true. Let me share both the methods with some examples. Now, in case of the inductive method, which is actually from specific to a general, it is, as I said earlier, that it's logically true, but may or may not be realistically true. Now, what does it mean? Let's consider an example. We have two statements. The statement one is mango is a fruit, which is a specific statement. And the statement two is the box is full of fruits. A box which is full of fruits, which is also a specific statement. Now, with the base of these two statements, someone can draw a conclusion. The conclusion is the box is full of mangoes, because we have seen that mango is a fruit in a box, and so we have thought that the box is full of mangoes. That is the general conclusion. So in this case, here the conclusion based on the statement 1 and 2 are logically true, but realistically may not, or may be true, may be false also, as the fruit basket may include other fruits as well apart from the mangoes. So it may not become definitely true. So it is actually frequently used in mathematics. By observing the method and pattern in a particular case, we induce a general conclusion from that outcome. The conclusion based on inductive reasoning is called conjecture. It is a hypothesis. That's conjecture is a hypothesis that is not proven. Okay. So in case of the deductive method, here we know that it is based on general argument to a specific conclusion, and unlike the inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning is always true. That is, it is both logically and realistically true. Now, what does it mean? Again, we are going to take some kind of example. Here we have another two more statements. Statement 1 is all mangoes are fruits. It is also a general statement. And statement 2 is all fruits have seeds. So in that case, we have on the basis of these two statements, we come to a conclusion that can be drawn from these two statements, and that is mangoes have seeds. So that is the specific conclusion. So it is logically true and realistically also true. So I hope with these explanations, both the perception of the inductive and deductive reasoning will be clear to you all. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you all.